Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show today. Wait till you hear what we have to say.
Is it love?
Is it scandal?
Or a pussy smelling candle?
On a final judgment day, recipes using corn.
What to do when making
Poor decisions. Yay! It's the Punk Unicorns Podcast with Nikki B and Mama K.
Yay! Welcome back to the madness, y'all. We're so glad you joined in.
And happy April Fool's Day.
My shirt today will make more sense once we get into the topic of today.
It certainly will. And today is the 25th anniversary of when I found out I was pregnant with my son, Kyle.
Oh my God, so when your life changed forever and you knew you would never take a shit alone again.
Well, I was co-shitting at that point.
Right.
But yeah, I found out I was pregnant with him at the laundromat on April Fool's Day. Yep, sure did.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So,
how did you find out at the laundromat?
Because my grandmother was one of those people that are like, you're pregnant. And I'm like, Grandma, I'm literally not. And she's like, nope, you are. I just know. And I said, okay. I said, if you're so confident that I'm pregnant, go buy me a test. She writes me a damn check for the freaking, what do you call it? Oh, wrong way.
Oh, it's like, we don't want that one.
No. Writes me a check for the grocery store across the way. I send my gay brother in to get the pregnancy test because I'm too embarrassed. I come back and I go into the bathroom at the laundromat and the pee wasn't even on the test and it was already like, rah. And I'm like, man, you evil old cow. So I come out of the bathroom and our neighbors are walking into the laundromat as this is all going down. I'm walking to the payphone so I can call the doctor and make an appointment to confirm this.
You're like, yeah, there's 2 lines.
And here comes the 2 nosiest neighbors in the town. And Grandma's like, Kathy Jo's pregnant. She's pissed in the bathroom. And I'm like, God damn it.
Grandma's not 1963.
Oh, she was awful. So how was your sneaky holiday Easter?
Oh, it was fabulous. I have a cousin who's a chef, and she throws down big time. She knows what holidays are about.
What she have?
What didn't we have? Okay, so we had a big delicious ham. We had a family favorite, which is those meatballs and the barbecue sauce and the crock pot.
Yes.
We had some bougie rolls, and then we also had some King's Hawaiian rolls. My sister made a cheese ball, then we had really good mac and cheese, really good cheesy potatoes. And you know how like most people overcook their potatoes when they roast them? These were perfect.
Of course, she's a chef.
Right, like these were the kind that
my brother's a chef.
Yeah, they were so good.
They're always perfect.
Right, and then we had the desserts. My family I don't know what it is with desserts. So we had a cake. We had a Mahaffey's cream pie.
Ooh, girl.
I know, right? I never had cream pies, but my one cousin always brings them. And so
Did they have the coconut on top?
No, it was just
a regular cream
pie.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's so wonderful. And then we had dirt pie stuff, like where you throw all the like Cool Whip and pudding and Oreos and junk.
Yep.
And it had like Peeps sitting on top.
Aw, I bet that was cute.
And yeah, it was. And then we had fruit and fruit dip. And then we had something else dippy. I can't remember, but there was like 4 desserts that I'm forgetting.
We had nachos.
Like that's it? Just nachos?
Yes, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Jesus ain't even risen yet, people. Listen, I have a friend, and I literally cannot believe the Facebook post that I saw this heifer make talking about, well, you can't let your kids go and hunt Easter eggs and then talk about, resurrection. And I'm thinking, Google will tell you Jesus didn't die until April the 3rd. So shut the fuck. Where did you become so sanctimonious, Heifer? First of all,
And we cannot forget egg hiding. That's the only way kids will know how to find mushrooms after post-apocalypse.
see, that makes a lot of
You
sense.
hide the eggs where mushrooms grow, and then they're always going to remember where the fuck the mushroom. Oh, we missed it.
I hadn't
3 minutes in.
Damn it. Well, you
well,
know what? I need to actually
it's
start
not like
this.
we're monetized yet anyway.
Hey Siri, open stopwatch. Hey Siri, open stopwatch.
Hey Monica, start counting.
So the whole Easter thing, we were talking about it. It's because of the Jewish calendar, and they wanted Passover and Easter to be close together. So that's why Easter is not on the same day every year, and that's why I'm at the last minute stuffing candy in plastic freaking eggs. And
when is your Easter? Today's the 1st. Thursday?
Well, see, I think if I'm
or
not
Wednesday.
So I'd have to reference the Bible. It's been a hot minute since I have done that.
I can't touch the Bible because sometimes it like catches on fire if I even touch the corner.
If I'm not mistaken, Jesus was up there for like days before they really. So
maybe like 3 days.
That's what I'm saying. So like if he was up there like today,
so
and
he went into the tomb. He went into the tomb today.
On day 3. No. So like if he was crucified, like he was put on the cross today, but he didn't die for another 3 days, then he was put in the tomb and he didn't rise for another 3 days.
Oh shit! So that's
like the 7th.
The 7th.
The 7th, yeah. That's when we should be doing it
next Monday.
Every year.
No, wait, next Sunday.
That's when we should do it. Yeah, every year on the 7th.
Right?
It doesn't, I mean, it may not fall on a Sunday, but shit. And we did not do eggs.
It confuses people when we run this lunar calendar stuff.
Yeah. He is risen. No, he isn't. It hasn't happened yet. Just because it says Easter doesn't mean it is. Let the damn kids on the Easter eggs.
That's right.
I could not believe she said that. I'm like, girl, you got grandbabies, and tell me you didn't go buy them a little chocolate bunny, bitch.
Right? Like,
and if you didn't, shame for shame.
My cousin, the chef, she gets big baskets for each one of her grandbabies. And for all her kids. She's got 3 adult kids and 1 teenage kid. And they all get baskets. And I love that. Like, we never really did it at my house.
Yeah.
But that's because I got ADHD. And you can't be giving me candy when I was 7. You might as well have just released a berserker into your living room.
My kids spent several days with my mom. And they came home yesterday. No. Yeah. They came home yesterday after church, and my son comes up to me and he hands me this Easter basket. He says, "Here, Grandma made you an Easter basket."
Aww.
Well, I was already emotional because they had went and seen my godmother, and she had given them a bunch of pictures of my dad and my godfather and my grandparents, and I was already like emotional from seeing those.
Your dad was hot in the cop outfits? Is that your dad?
Okay, so my dad and my uncle were both in uniform. My dad had an afro. My uncle was also the one with the swag and the gangsta.
I liked the one with the afro, so that was your dad.
That was my dad.
Yes. And was he a Dayton cop?
At that time, they were both working for Hara Arena Security at that time. That was security.
Oh.
Yes.
I feel like, okay, because I have family that was cops in Heber, Miami Township, which is a Dayton Mall cop, and somewhere else.
So my dad.
Oh, Harrison Township, right here.
He was. I can't say anything.
Okay.
But so at that point, they were actually in security, and the story goes. The night that I was born, my mother was getting ready to watch a Burt Reynolds movie, and she went into labor. My dad was at work. George Jones, the country singer, was at the venue that night. My dad walks him to the stage and he says, "Give us a hand for the security guard. He's got to go. His wife is about to have their first child."
Oh, that's so. I wish you could find that on YouTube because
I don't even know if it really happened. My dad was so full of shit, dude. I like
it
to
may
pretend like
have.
it did,
Well,
but that's what he
I'm
told
gonna
me.
pretend like it
You
happened.
know, but yeah. So I was already emotional from that, and Cameron hands me this Easter basket, and he's like, "Yeah," he goes, "Grandma made you an Easter basket," and I start crying again. I was like, "My mom made me an Easter basket," and then he goes, "Yeah, she said she made you an Easter basket because you bitched last year that you didn't have one," and I'm like,
Thanks for
I
ruining.
don't
Thanks
even
for ruining my
want it
moment.
now.
I
Don't
know,
even
right?
want it. Do you
Some
remember when eggs were
cornflakes.
so expensive? Last year we painted fucking rocks.
That's cute, but also sad because eggs should never be expensive, especially for a fertility holiday. You should get free eggs on Easter. Everybody gets an 18 pack.
Or 4 chickens
Right, because
to lay them.
then you can make you can make 6 of them into 12 deviled eggs, and then the other dozen you can turn into eggs to hide.
Ooh, deviled eggs sounds so good. I might just go home. Stop.
Right, like
But no,
we are
when
deviled egg
eggs
factories.
when eggs were so expensive, I'm like Googling, can I have a surgery to reroute my fallopian tubes to my anus and lay my own eggs?
Well, you would just lay them with your kujaja.
Well, yeah, but we'd have to reroute because the tubes are like this, and they got them little dingly dingly dinglies, or maybe they're like this, and then the
Oh, so
thingy
you
comes
need
out.
like
So
an access
yeah,
port where we could pull your
reroute the egg dropper
okay.
to the asshole, and then, or I mean, we can reroute it to the poos. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I was ready to lay my own eggs and sell them.
Do you know that there's a kit?
You don't tell me there's an anal or there's there's an egg to butt kit.
No, there's a kushusha kit for egg laying. We'll have to have a whole episode on that. Basically, what it is these two like silicone ball things, and you put them in your kajuja, and then they release, and you lay an egg for your mate. Yeah, it's kind of frightening. I know you're all listening at home and laughing or crying or vomiting. I hope you're not driving.
Yeah, pull over, guys. This is
a little late for that.
Let's
Next
talk
time
about
we'll
the
have
eclipse.
a pull over. The
eclipse.
Wait a minute, isn't that like a SUV crossover?
Yes, and something that could blind your ass.
But you know what? If you have red hair, I heard you can look directly at the sun.
Do I not like it? Is there somebody that I hate with red? Just to test the theory, maybe.
I'm sure there will be a few people out there. Actually, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Get glasses.
Don't do that at home, kids.
Just go to Myers the morning of. They'll be free then.
Yes.
They're going to be giving them away.
And everybody's saying that something's going to go down.
I've actually got a few at work that are free. They're the same ones that you get at Meijer. If they're still there on Thursday, which is the 4th, I'll grab them, and I might have a few extra for you guys.
That would be great. That would be great. Did you hear about Gypsy Rose? Gypsy Rose split from her husband already. Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Her svelte husband.
Yes, her mama looking husband.
You know what? I had to go look at a picture of Mom, but he did look a lot like Mama.
He sure did. So she splits from her husband, and I was like, oh, wow. I did not see that coming, did you?
Because it's not like she just needed a life raft to get to shore.
Right, and you can't take that from me, and then D is fire. Well, she stopped on that D, she dropped on that D, and rolled the fuck out, because she done. And I said, I feel like she should find her a nice, lovely lesbian, because she's been in the Snatch Patch for a decade.
I know someone. I have a really, really good lifelong friend, and I think that they would be perfect for her.
Well, we're not
for Gypsy Rose.
Well, Gypsy Rose, if you see this and
I got someone for you.
Nick's got someone for you. I will make sure that I run background checks prior to.
They are qualified to handle all your mental issues.
Don't say that. Okay, somebody sell me some fucking food stamps.
Girl, I know somebody. We won't even talk about that. But
you write it down and give it to me later.
we in Northridge, so there are about 1,500 people here that want to buy some food.
Child. Hey, that's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow nowadays. People are hoarding them things like they did shit paper at COVID.
Right? They're like, they're trying to act like they're too good. You're only going to offer me 50 cents on the... That is the going rate anywhere.
Did you hear that ASMR?
That is hot. For those of you at home, I'm pouring coffee from a thermos.
No, it's not. His dick's dripping some kind of green liquid.
Girl, look, I'm not kidding. I'm like, do you like
That's a good segue.
Oh, right. Perfect. Yeah, guess what's next?
Diddy down, baby.
Diddy the Diddler.
Diddy do.
Diddle-rama.
Diddly dong.
The great Diddlerino.
Diddy did shitty.
We're not gonna say the great piece of poop.
So one Mr. Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Diddly Willie Combs.
Oh yeah, they keep calling him by their real names. So he's Sean Combs.
Yeah, Sean Combs.
And what is Basquiat's real name? I mean Jay-Z.
John Carter.
John Carter. Wait a minute. Did he write that stupid movie? John Carter Saves Mars or something?
God, I would hope. I don't know. I hope not.
Jay-Z cannot save Mars.
He can't. He ain't even going to be able to save himself here in a hot minute. So, as we know, billionaire Diddy. We'll get to Fitty. We'll get to Fitty in a minute. But Diddy, billionaire, 54 years old. His LA and Miami Beach house was raided by Homeland Security and feds because I'm telling you right now.
Bi-coastally, y'all, too. At the same time.
They have been waiting. This has been years in the making, y'all.
It's hot. I'm excited.
They know some
all
shit.
the TMZ shit we've been hearing. And
people
all
were
stuff on the
detained and
shows.
Oh, and his kids were detained and handcuffed. Well, that's what his attorney, Mr. Combs, employees and children were treated unnecessarily hostilely in military use, sons detained in car. This is not a knock at the door from fucking Christmas carols wanting to sing.
They're not supposed to be... Okay, they're not going to it's not like the KGB coming in, but it kind of is. They're like...
They are knocking down the door, man.
Sit down there. And then they destroy your house. Yes. And you can't do anything about it. And guess what? Insurance doesn't cover it.
Nope. Not if you're a church or the molester. But so the alleged claims, and we say alleged because he's not been formally charged.
Right. And we don't know nothing. We are not private investigators.
We just nosy as hell.
Things that we absorbed in the socials.
Oh my goodness. Oh. We were texting each other like, did you know? And he's like, girl, but did you know? And we're sending stuff back and forth. I'm like, ah.
As we get started, first off, shout out to Cat Williams. Or Cat Stevens. Cat Williams and Wendy Williams. Because normally I won't say anything good about Wendy. But yeah, they was always right, y'all. I bet Cat Stevens is sleeping good. Well, maybe not.
Cat Williams.
I keep calling it, Yusuf Islama. Is that his name?
Are you having a stroke? Anyway, the alleged claims include human trafficking, sex trafficking, rape, assault, domestic violence. But that's not all. So what really kind of led this, there was a shooting back in 2017 and this girl got shot and she swears to this day Diddy shot her.
Every video I watched was a story about Diddy shooting people. Like the one boy that he killed out in the bathroom, like on their property,
Yep.
and nobody called 911 except for the one guy. Oh, that was horrid. I know I'm bad about the one guy.
See, and during the raid, everybody's like, "Where's he at? Where's he at?" Now, in the process of this, his assistant, or I think they called him the drug
Boyfriend.
mule. Drug mule. He had
Oh,
cocaine on him, and he had like I think they said. I'm assuming they meant gummies that he had on him. But here it is,
well, in California, that's
in the
okay.
raid, Diddy, he's at the airport and he
Oh,
is
okay.
pacing. He is pacing a ditch in front of that airport so
It's like
deep they
that
had to
scene in
have the
Set It
food in.
Off
Oh
when she
yeah.
is just waiting to get on that bus to Mexico and she sees her friend get killed and she still makes it on that goddamn bus.
And the attorney said this is a rush to judgment. How many times and we hear the same thing and I think everybody heard one person say something and then got it and they all rolled with the same statement. Because if you go back and watch all these celebrities that we now understand what they were trying to tell us, they all said the same thing. Man, you gotta tell Diddy no. You gotta tell him no sometimes. He's gonna want to party. You gotta tell him no. And then Cat Williams said, all these things are going to come to light in 2024. And I am so, and
If
I
you,
think he already got wind of it.
oh yeah, if you're out there, you can maybe hear the tornado siren being tested. We're okay.
Oh, I do hear it now. So here is my opinion and something that I have thought very, very long and hard about. I think they are going to find things or finally find things that link him to Tupac's death
That's what people have been saying all along.
and Biggie's death.
But part of that is it's got to go really, really deep because if the entire African American community has known about this since the beginning of time, why haven't the police ever done anything about it? They let these people behave this way.
And I even say, have folks been quiet because of hush money, like the lifestyle? Because there's
There
one,
has to be because that's big money.
yeah,
We don't realize how big money the rap industry is.
and we don't. My problem was at first, and I thought things through after I kind of was like, well, why? That's how I do. I bark and then I cower.
I'm the same way. We start out with the nuclear bomb and then we go
And
down.
then we realize maybe we went a little too far.
Exactly. It's understandable.
But there was a clip where this car rolls up and this kid's hanging out the car and he's like, man, past certain hours they've got the minors in there and they're doing this and they got the minors in there. And I don't know that they haven't reported it before then, but why didn't you say something before then? Why are you just now hanging out
You now care about the minors
while the cameras are rolling?
because I was a theater nerd as a kid.
No.
And they always made us rest. So, like, when we weren't rehearsing our scenes, like if it was like run through time, we were doing homework, we were taking naps. Like, they made sure that we rested. And guess what? We weren't there for 14 and 15 hours. We were only there for like 6 hours, and they made sure we rested.
Mm-hmm.
They thought having us there till 10 on a Friday was late. We were like, heck yeah, let's do this. But, these kids, what they're exposed to with these people is scary.
Yeah, the first in 2017, a chef sues for sexual harassment plus more. She alleges that she was forced to serve food to individuals who were engaged in sexual activities. At one point, she claims that Diddy had asked her to come to his room so he could have her make his post-sex snack, and he was nude and asked her if she was attracted to his nude body. And then she said she was in the kitchen one other time, and an individual walked in with his genitals dripping, and had just finished having relations with someone and was just like standing there asking her to admire his drippy weenie. And
what I'm gonna say, I think these people live on Molly.
I yeah.
Because I remember the rave era, and that's how rave people acted. They were like, let's just touch each other and then see what happens.
Right, I've heard. I've never, but
I'm
I've
gonna
heard.
say that they use Molly in combination with
Oh, absolutely. There's probably a
what's
buffet
the
of.
date rape drug, GHB. Gay people use it to party.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Roofies.
yeah, like so the two together.
Yeah.
You're like,
Well,
sure, let's have an orgy with 14 rappers
that
and a
was
bunch of strippers.
2017, and guess what? He settled out of court. That means here I did it. Shut up.
That's exactly what that means.
Okay. So then,
that's scary.
2023, we've got R&B singer Cassie. She was in a relationship with Hip Puffy for a year. Lawsuit for sexual assault and trafficking. Cassie Ventura is also known as R&B singer Cassie. Um, she alleges, those allegations led for two more victims to come forward with similar claims.
I wonder how old they all were when they met him.
I don't.
Because it seems like there's a theme there.
He settled Cassandra Ventura's allegation in less than 24 hours. He paid her off in less than 24 hours. So then there was
that's a bunch of
you ain't a. So then there's Joy Dickerson Neal. She sues and she claims the same as Cassie. She actually appeared in a Diddy video, and allegedly she claims she was drugged while the two were having dinner, taken to his house, assaulted, raped, videoed without her consent. And it wasn't until Diddy showed the video to a group of men. Could you imagine just fucking hanging out with a group of some, and somebody's like, hey, let me just throw this porno in real quick. And
it better be gay porn.
What was so, luckily, I guess, if there was a silver lining to any of this, Devontae from the band Jodeci was there and saw her in this video, knew her, recognized her, and said, hey, this exists.
Oh, so he was like...
He saw it.
Okay, well, here's the thing, though. I know Diddy is who Diddy is, but did he say, that's my girl?
I don't know what transpired. So he let her know, and then a representative for Diddy said it was just her following on the coattails of this other person, and it was just a quick money grab.
Okay, even if that's the truth,
right? It doesn't matter.
She didn't deserve to have her cunangelo taped and showed to a group of rich men that can have any, well, I shouldn't say any, can have a large selection of
partners in general.
Right. Why do they have to illegally, like, and my thing is like, I know you're messed up, but if you go into someone's room, I guess super rich people like that have really well hidden cameras.
I bet. And rooms we don't even know about.
Because, back in the day, all you could do was like set a teddy bear out, and that was real obvious. Like.
True.
Look at them eyes. They just keep zooming in,
Well, and the funny thing is the representative says it's just a quick money grab. After they released that statement, they had a Jane Doe come forward and say, hey, I was 17 years old, a junior in high school in Detroit, and met Diddy. I was flown to New York for sex trafficking. There are more victims than you can think of. Then she turns around and provides pictures of her 17-year-old ass sitting on his lap.
What if Diddy killed Epstein?
He probably done killed everybody.
Maybe they was competitors. I mean, this is the same.
There's like,
this is the same
there's
story,
just
but in the
so
rap
many.
world.
Like, yeah, like things are just. But now the biggest, biggest lawsuit is from a Rodney Jones. Rodney ain't fucking playing.
Who is Rodney?
I don't know. Hold on, I got notes.
Okay.
I forget.
I'm like, who is Rodney?
So Rodney lived with Diddy and worked with him on his Love album. Now, Rodney Jones has a $30 million lawsuit against Diddy as we speak.
That must be a really good lawsuit for someone to go after that much money.
Well, there's more than Diddy named in the lawsuit. There are many names. Sexual assault, sexual harassment, illicit criminal enterprise. Illicit criminal enterprise.
That's like running a like trap house or hoe house?
No, honey, that's like mafia type shit. Like, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he claims he has hours of Diddy doing questionable things. During the time that he stayed there and helped him write the album, he claims he had to watch Diddy shower. There was groping, grooming into homosexual things. Jones has screenshots of videos. So
and
he
notice
also
they don't ever use homosexuality as a weapon against gay people. It's only against straight people. That's so messed up. Because, like, I have never heard a story about a bunch of gay men being forced to do some cunangelo.
Oh, answer it. Answer it. This is Chuck, our sound guy.
You are live on the podcast.
Hi,
before
Chuck.
You say anything.
Welcome to the podcast. You are on speakerphone.
Wee.
Wee. Was that good for you? Do you need a cigarette?
Well, I already know what you're getting ready to say, and I will call you back in 1 hour.
In 1 hour, then you guys can have phone sex.
Yay! Oh, I hear your lighter flicking. You already have cigarettes.
Yeah, I have cigarettes.
Yay! Tell everybody out there hello.
What?
Tell everybody out there hello.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone out there has cigarettes.
They probably do.
I haven't had a cigarette in 8 years.
Yep.
Wow.
I know.
What the fuck?
Hey, this is really going to knock your nuts for a loop. I quit cold turkey.
I did too.
That's how everyone does it, I feel like, that does quit.
Yep.
They're all like, I just quit.
Yeah.
All right, Chuck, shut the hell up. We're in the middle of a podcast.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
I'll call you back. Bye.
Love you, mean it.
I forgot to put my damn phone in airplane mode. Jeez Louisa. Here we go.
That's Chuck.
That was Charles.
So, anyway, back to Rodney Jones. He says that allegedly Diddy admitted to him that he had relations with an ex of Nicki Minaj. And they are thinking it might be Meek Mill because of all the
that's
hubbub.
so gross. That's so gross because he's so gross.
And allegedly, he had also admitted to having relations with an R&B Super Bowl halftime performer. And it is...
Does it rhyme with musher?
It might. And according to... So, Usher was part of this program that Diddy did back in the 90s.
It was basically like Diddy's own Mickey Mouse Club.
Kinda. Like youth group type-ish. And Usher was quoted in saying, I went there, I saw the lifestyle, and it was wild. And then when asked, would you let your children go? And he's like, no.
Oh, I saw a similar video, probably with that same clip, but it was also about Justin Bieber. And look how crazy poor Justin is now.
Yeah.
He's almost as bad as Britney.
And the thing is, we talked last week about Dan Schneider and this hush money that they were giving him to just not talk about it. We're talking about Sean Puffy Combs. He's a fucking mogul. He's got billions of dollars at his disposal.
And let's not forget, people, because I'm not judgmental. Everyone can grow. But it's quite obvious that these boys are still crack dealers on the streets of Brooklyn. Okay? It's how they run their businesses. And some people can take that, because some people do use crime for good. And then they go on to do great things.
Like Batman.
Right, and it's possible, but they're still running their lives like this. They allegedly kill people. They allegedly
pay people off to not talk about it.
Right. They allegedly keep Beyonce drugged up,
Oh, we're going to get to my theory on her.
Right, yeah,
you are going to blow.
We'll go there in a minute.
Wait till y'all hear my theory on this whole shit with Beyonce, the Jay-Z thing.
Because it'll transition into that.
You guys are going to be, but let's talk about 50 Cent. This motherfucker
I never liked him until now.
He is talking shit.
I just like his balls.
So,
he's great.
He's talking shit, but then should he be talking shit or should he not be talking?
He's trying to save his ass and talk shit, which I think is okay. If you are the kind of person that just hangs out with evil people, I'm not going to judge you because I've been around some bad crowds before. And, every cave needs a light sometimes. So, whatever.
You know what? Let's just get into it because I can make it flow like this. So we know that allegedly, which is P.Didd in jail for Tupac's murder now? Or anyway, we're just going to keep it safe.
I didn't watch that movie. I wasn't hip to any of this until this started, I'll be honest.
Well, this was in the last few years. So anyway, P.Didd allegedly was paid $1 million by Diddy to kill Tupac, okay?
Oh, that's so sad.
All right, so this plays into the whole where I get to Jay-Z and Beyonce. Okay, so 50 made the joke, like, damn, you should just send him a few dollars. Like, you didn't need to do all that,
Right, because, a real person would have done it for like $50,000.
So there was an interview with this guy, and I know damn well I didn't write his name down. But, anyway, so there was an interview where it was said that, Diddy was on an awards show, and I don't know if he was accepting an interview or accepting an award or what, but he was talking over the time. And they were basically saying, wrap it up, shut up. And he's like, look, I don't care how much it costs. I'm going to keep talking. You just keep rolling. And they fucking did.
They don't do that for anybody. That means they was scared.
And he said, I don't care how much money it costs. You're going to keep rolling. And they did. So, now, we got that. He gave him $1 million to kill Tupac. He's got pull over the awards. Who has not won Album of the Year yet? Beyonce.
I wonder why she's never won Album of the Year.
Ready for my theory?
Okay.
Because Jay-Z is protecting his family. He's protecting his son.
From being molested.
He's protecting, he's doing his thing, protecting his family, right? While Diddy's over here, like, in control of and this is just my theory, Diddy's over here in control of all of this, talking about, Kanye spoke about it. Like, she should have got Album of the Year.
Right, sorts of people.
And you say what you will about him interrupting Taylor Swift. I'm just saying this to make a point. He interrupted her like, Beyonce should have won Album of the Year. And then just recently, Jay-Z was on there talking about, well, she hasn't won Album of the Year. There's something up with that. I think that was him giving us his little, hey, Diddy's got his hand in some shit. And I feel it's my theory.
Possible.
My theory is
what's going on.
The reason why she hasn't won Album of the Year is because Puffy has pull with the Academy or whatever awards, and he's paying it just not to be her until he complies and brings the sun into this Illuminati thing.
Right.
And he's done a good job, we'll say ish. And like I said, we don't know, we're not there, but outside looking in, kind of, he's done a good job at keeping it under wraps and keeping them safe. But now that Diddy's being blown out of the water, Jay-Z's name's being dropped, and Beyonce's like, okay.
Oh, God, this is crumbling down now.
Yes. So now I don't think, and a lot of people say this, they didn't really have a marriage. They had more of a business relationship, which I see that.
And that's okay.
And it's fine. Yeah, because you make each other money.
Right, since Roman times.
Yes. So it works, and I get it. But now she's hearing all this shit. She's not won this Album of the Year. What genre does Puffy not control? Country music. So what did Beyonce just do? She made a country music album. Guess who's not going to prevent her from winning Album of the Year on the country music charts? And that is my prediction, that she's going to win Album of the Year for her country album.
I think so too. I could see that, and that's going to make them so angry.
And Nick sent me a link last night, and it looks like she is packed and ready to rock and roll if,
she's
ready.
Got a thing a mile long. And it's so funny that my ADHD brain, I'm also watching Third Body Problem, and on there it takes place during the second communist revolution, where the third generation of communists killed off all the first and second generation communists, and kind of the same thing happened in Russia. And I couldn't help but think this is what's going on with the Illuminati. Like, I hate calling it such a bad word.
Well, it just makes it feel, it feels like that. It feels like almost
they're getting rid of the first generation of rappers because they did things their way.
Yeah, it's almost like a sandcastle that's crumbling.
But underneath of that are all the new babies. All those artists that are 18 to 25 now.
All the new ones are woke, and they're not going to fall for that shit.
Well, and also on the flip side, though,
some of them
there's zombie bots. They're exactly what they want as far as Illuminati, quote unquote, rappers go.
One man Illuminati type shit.
They don't want a bunch of ex-drug dealers anymore. They want a bunch of rich people. That's the thing about rich people. They might respect you where you came from, but you have to give those ways up if you want to be part of their club. You have to send your kids to their schools. You have to teach your kids to think their way. And it's like...
It's almost like the Church of Scientology for rappers.
Right, because, we've all got that, what's her name? Unsinkable Molly Brown syndrome. Like, it don't matter, how rich I get. You're still going to know that my family came from southeastern Kentucky and Northridge, well, it's not Northridge, Ohio. The 45414.
So, in 2010, I was like,
we need a big board behind us, like where we've got like this timeline going on, and it has like where all the stuff is.
Yeah. So in 2010, 50 Cent posts something about Puff using Biggie's death to death, and you can't say that he hasn't.
Right, like that.
He has. It's like,
I know that was your friend. But
you ain't you talking about it. You using him in every I miss you, Biggie.
Who owns Rap Snacks? Can we still eat those? Those aren't owned by Diddy, are they? Because I'll explain that little arc there when we was talking about the.
I don't believe so, Nick.
Okay, good. I was like, because when we was talking about Biggie, I thought instantly of Biggie on the bag of chips, and then it made me think of like, can we still eat those chips? Those aren't owned by Diddy.
Can y'all look at how ugly this fucking sucker is? This is a watermelon sucker, but it
looks like a zombie made that from a parallel universe.
It looks like mold, doesn't it?
Maybe it is.
Peter Sellon.
Mm.
So so Biggie posts about Puff using Biggie's death to death, and then Puff comes back calling him, saying
Speaking
he's
of
got
Puff,
stank breath. You know, it's talk about stank breath. You know who you are, you hating ass crab. And then
well,
there
you know
was
what? If he
another.
calls him stank breath, that means he got a fucked up belly. He got like some halitosis issues going on.
Maybe you can suggest a probiotic.
That's right. And then right here, if we had a sponsor, is where we would insert the commercial for Poppy probiotic natural sodas or something like that.
Caffey's fart floaties. So at one point there's like this event where Fiddy and Diddy, they backstage and they're like, you know, like, you're a turd. No, you're a turd. You know, and they're just going back and forth like turd. Right? They're just being boys, right? Squirrel.
Squirrel.
All of a sudden,
I run over and knock the camera the fuck over and run after it.
All of a sudden, it goes from them playing around to being very serious, and Diddy got called a BAN. It's a bitch ass.
Oh, that's fighting words. I've heard that uttered before. It doesn't ever end well.
And then in the middle of this tussle, Diddy is heard saying, because I guess Fiddy like got in his face and was pissed, and in the middle of this, Diddy is heard saying, I got too much money for that. Soon after, 50 Cent posts pictures of Puff, Steve Stout, Puff, and Rick Ross, and they looked like they were in a loving embrace. Like, they was close.
That's what Molly does.
And 50's like, nah, come on, man. Open your eyes. And then the big bomb drops on 50. His baby mama is among the names named in the P. Diddy shitty.
So she gonna sing. I hope her kids are in witness protection already.
Daphne, the baby mama of 50 Cent, named as one of the sex workers.
So those kids might not. Well, the one's his. It's his twin.
Yeah.
But the oldest one might not even be his.
We'll save that for Maury.
So that one looked real light skinned.
So she was named as one of Diddy's sex workers. Number one, did he know? Did 50 know? Was he in the dark? Is there any truth to this? Is it just payback? Because if so, Diddy was fucking 50's woman. And that's probably what got them into that tussle.
Right. But, you know, okay. Granted, we all know the other marriage is power. A lot more marriages might be for power. So when we hear about them trading, you know, swinging's kind of popular in California.
Yeah. Well, so 50 posts on his thing. I don't know if he tagged the baby mama or if she just seen it, but he joked about it saying, I didn't know you was a sex worker, you little sex worker.
Oh, that was supposed to be a kiss. It doesn't really sound like a kiss.
Well, Daphne, baby mama, did not take it as a joke. And she was kind of pissed about this post. And she made a whole ass novel about and slamming 50 for being a crap dad, an oppressor, and rape himself.
Oh, so it's hard.
You know, but the thing is like, okay.
Does that discredit what he's saying about Diddy?
Exactly. Does it that's what I said. So he's a crap dad. Fair. Were you at Diddy's? Were you sucking his balls? Like, okay, he's a shit dad. Okay, he's an oppressor. Okay, he did this to you. You need to go deal with that on your own. What we's talking about is this, sister.
Right. You know, you're just trying to trash him because you're hoping somehow you're going to get ahead on all this. But yeah, he's probably all the shitty things she said about him too. We aren't there. We don't know. We just sitting out here in a cornfield in the middle of the continent.
If Beyonce has had nothing to do with nothing, and the thing is we don't know. because
She
there was
could be a
like
Stepford wife. She has a Stepford wife
Kathy
look.
lady that Beyonce or that was killed. You know, that had something to do with Jay-Z. And then
Aaliyah
um
had something to do with Jay-Z.
if it's found out that Beyonce had knowledge of anything, I have three things that she's either gonna everybody's gonna feel bad for her and just be like, oh, let's build her up, build you up, buttercup, or she will blow up 20 times bigger than before.
Well,
and use fucking Taylor Swift as a goddamn tampon.
I'm gonna go with what. Well, go ahead and do number 3.
And the third one, she fucking crumbles to the ground.
No, it's gonna be number 2 because I guarantee you, Oprah has already called her and said,
fuck yeah.
Beyonce, you have got to come out about this now. You must do it now.
Wow, I didn't know Oprah sounded like that.
Yeah, that's my Oprah.
That's your Oprah?
Yeah. But yeah, so if Beyonce's smart, she's gonna be like, yeah, he's been keeping me high on drugs for years. He used to make me do dirty things for the Pope.
at a concert, Fitty said, man, I'd never go to a Diddy party. He hugs you from the front and the back at the same time. It ain't my kind of party. I believe I belong in the ladies' bathroom.
You know what? That's true, because I have always said, like, if you are a really super straight dude, you don't want nothing to do with other guys' genitalia. And I can understand where Fitty's coming from. That's not offensive from a gay viewpoint, because we feel the same way about coochies. That's why we gay. So I understand it. But, not everybody is bisexual when they get on drugs. I mean, most people are.
Most people are.
But not everybody. Not everybody. Because I know a few diehards that are just, equal to my gold starness.
Right. $20 is $20.
It'd have to be a lot more than $20, and you can't. No, I ain't even go there. We can drink coffee together, though.
Is your neighbor? Looks like your neighbor's going camping.
They do all sorts of fun stuff. He probably going fishing or something. His kids are back to school this week. He was on spring break last week.
Does he always walk outside naked like that?
Usually.
That thing's swinging to and fro, ain't it?
I think that's actually, I don't know.
Prosthetic?
Maybe.
Well, I wouldn't let anybody. It's kind of like the Jewish ladies cover their hair after they're married. Maybe he puts on a prosthetic pecker.
Probably. I don't know, because you could probably get away with walking around like that outside.
He could probably use that thing to build a whole damn house and just hammer.
I don't know. I'd have to ask, but I don't think so.
Well, maybe we can invite him to the podcast. Hey, would you like to come to the podcast? Would you like to be part of our studio audience?
Yeah, we're going to have a studio audience soon. It's only going to be 2 to 3 people.
And you got to pay us to come here because we got to buy shit for the podcast.
Right. And you cannot talk. The first time you talk,
you don't speak unless you're fucking. You don't look. Don't make him whoop you.
Mm-hmm.
We are the mommy and the daddy of this department.
Right. You can laugh real loud. We are so okay with that. Right. Clapping's encouraged.
But you don't speak unless you are spoken to, and don't elaborate, because we'll cut you the fuck off.
Yeah, and we don't.
This is the Punk Unicorns podcast with Nikki B and Mama K.
Caffey. Right, like we will totally Brett you and be like, lean back. Only a select group of people will understand what I just said.
Before we go, we're going to have a Sour Heads.
Oh, yeah, Sour Heads. So those of you that are watching and not listening, I think almost everybody watches.
I know, because we have really, really good facial expressions.
So this is probably going to make me sick.
I hate
haven't had
sour
a warhead
stuff
in 35 years. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
It's not that sour yet.
Are we cracking or sucking? I'm cracking. It's
not that sour. I wouldn't even.
Woo!
You say that's sour? Okay, there it is. It was like towards the end, ain't it? Fuck that whole shit.
It's not like when we were kids, you guys. That was maybe a third of what it was when we were a kid, but that was sour. Woo! Okay. Oh, it's already
Hey, you
making
want
me
a warhead,
sick.
Johnny Dangledick?
Oh my blessed being. So,
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
we're gonna have call-ins too soon, because we do have split screen capabilities.
I have split personality capability.
Oh yeah, and then also, we might do a whole episode soon in accents. Wouldn't y'all like to hear something like that?
Pip, Pip, you sound like Mrs. Doubtfire.
I don't know who Mrs. Doubtfire is.
You're Virginia Doubtfire here at your service. Is that young man always nude with the swinging dick outside?
I believe so. That's the mailman. They always deliver like that.
What's his name, or can I give him one? Swinging dick?
Jose.
That's not what I meant to say.
Jose. I do believe his name is Jose.
You don't say. Jose, can you see?
So we can really do like
My
a lot.
titties.
A lot more than
He's
that,
looking
too.
at me. He looks like he's not, but he
You
is.
know, sometimes I can even do German. Like when I'm working at my job, I will be like, "Your change is $6.37."
Does
And
anybody ever look at you like, what the fuck's wrong?
they're like, "Are you trying to be those pigs from Shrek?" And I'm like,
Do the roar!
I'm like, I have never seen Shrek before. What is that? And they're like, you've never seen
She
Shrek?
huffed and she puffed and she blew the. I can't fucking remember.
I'm like,
my
no.
kids loved that damn movie.
When all of my niece's friends were watching Shrek, we were watching, I think, Child's Play 3 and 4. So that's why.
Yeah.
So we want to thank everyone for joining us today. We love you.
We have. What?
Oh yeah, you can say bye now too.
So long, farewell. I'll be there saying goodbye. And adieu, adieu, to you and you and you. Goodbye.
And cut. Okay, is this thing off now?
Ow, it's stuck in my ear.
Is it off?
Wow, that was smooth.
Oh, it was. That was hot. Oh,
Smooth.
I think